Hello everyone, myself Sai Prasad, a lecturer in AhleBait High School in the Junior College. Welcome to a series of the lectures of 8th class maths. We have started our discussion with the chapter Direct and Inverse Proportions. What did we learn in that? We learned what is a direct proportion and the theoretical problems, that is word problems on that. Then we learned the basic introduction and what is inverse proportion. Okay. Today in this session, let us solve more problems on inverse proportion and start what is compound proportion and all those things. Okay. Shall we do? See here, the first question for today is 36 men can do a piece of work in 12 days. Okay, how many men are there? 36 men. He is telling that those 36 men will do some kind of work in 12 days. Then in how many days will 9 men can do the same work? Okay, if it is in kind of direct proportion, you will always have multiplication. Here, if number of men is decreased, then automatically the days will increase. Yes or no? That will be a kind of ratio. Clear? If you observe here, 9 divided by, 36 divided by 9 is 4. Multiply this with you will have 48 days. You can directly get the answer like this. Okay? That is a kind of inverse proportion. Okay? Let us do it. Given number of men, number of days. How many men? For 36 men it takes 12 days. Then for 9 men, how many days will it take? Let us assume x. Okay? Yes or no? Just dividing it. That is, just tell me 36 into 12 is equal to 9 into x. Okay? That is nothing but x is equal to 36 into 12 divided by 9. 9 ones are 9, 4s are x is equal to 48. Therefore, 9 men need 48 days to complete same work. Is it fine? Once again see here, 36 men 12 days. Then for 9 men, obviously it will increase. 36 by 9, you can do like that also. That is equal to whatever the number, that is 4. We have to multiply it with 12. Clear? Look at the next question here. A tank can be filled by 5 pipes in 80 minutes. The same thing. For 5 pipes, 80 minutes. 5 pipes, it will take 80 minutes. Then for 8 pipes, how many minutes will it take? Okay, that is, let us assume it as x, that is 5 into 80 is equal to 8 into x. X is equal to 8 into 5 by 8. 8 ones are 8 tens are, therefore it is 50. Therefore, how many minutes? 8 pipes take 50 minutes to fill the tank. Again same inverse proportion, it will increase. Here 5 pipes, it is only 80 minutes. Okay, if the number of pipes is increased, time will be decreased. Okay, therefore the time becomes 50 minutes. Clear? Shall we do few more problems? Let's do. Look at the next question here. He is telling that 5 pumps are required to fill a tank in 1.5 an hour. Okay, that is 5 pumps are required to fill in 1.5 an hour. That is nothing but 3/2 hours. Clear? Then how many pumps of same type will be used to fill a tank in half an hour? Okay, obviously 5 pumps 3.5 an hour, that is 1.5 an hour. Again, to fill in half an hour means the number of pipes has to be increased. So it is inverse proportion. You have to have that idea. Therefore, 5 into 3/2 is equal to x into 1/2. Just cross multiply. X is equal to 5 into 3/2 into 2/1. 2 will get cancelled, that is 15 pumps. Therefore, 15 pumps are needed to fill a tank. Right? Next, look at this next question. 15 workers can build a wall. some piece of work, 15 workers piece of work in 48 hours. Okay, that is 15 workers in 48 hours. Then how many workers will be required to do same work in 30 hours? Okay, for 48 hours it is 15 workers, 30 hours they want, that is time is decreased. So, more number of people is required, therefore this will increase if this is decreasing, therefore it is inverse proportion. Therefore, 15 into 48 is equal to x into 30. Therefore, x is equal to 15 into 48 by 30. 15 ones are 15 twos are 2 ones are 2 24s are. X is 24. How many workers? Therefore, 24 workers are needed to complete work in how many? 30 hours. Is it right? Did you understand? Shall we move on to the next problem? Let's do. Look at this question here. He is telling z varies directly as x. Okay. Let us write in technical terms from now. He is telling that z is directly proportional to x. This is the normal thing which you used to write in physics. And the next, and inversely as y. Z is inversely proportional to y. Okay. Now just combine both of them, you will get z is proportional to x by y. Remove this proportionality, you will get the value of k. Okay. Z equal to k into x by y. From this I can write k as zy by x. This is my constant. Clear? Did you understand? Once again see here, z varies directly as x, therefore z is proportional to x, and inversely as y, that is z is inversely proportional to y. Combine both, z is proportional to x by y. Remove this proportionality, you will get constant k, that is z equal to kx by y. Now put a k here, send remaining that side zy by x. Is it clear? Now if this is equal to constant, then we can write it as z1 y1 by x1 is equal to z2 y2 by x2. Right? Is it clear? This is the relation. Did you understand? Now what is the condition given? He is telling that z is increased by 12%. Sorry, he is asking us to increase in z if there is a 12% increase in x and decrease of 20% in y. Now see here, let x be 100. Okay. Then what about 12% in increased? Tell me. Therefore, if x1 is 100, then x2 will be 112. Clear? Fine. Next, let y1 be 100, then y2 will be 100 minus 20 is decreased, therefore it becomes 80. Is it clear? Let it be some number, put it like that. Clear? Next, let us substitute everything here. Similarly, let z1 be 100. Let us check what will be our z2. Okay. Shall we substitute everything? Now put z2 here, send everything that side, z1 y1 by x1 into x2 by y2. Let us substitute everything here. Z1 is 100, y1 is 100, x1 is also 100. What is x2? 112. What is y2? 80. Now tell me, how do we cancel? 0, 0, and the next, will it go in 4 table? Yes, it will go. 4 2s are here, 4 2s are 8, and the next, how much will it be? 32. 4 8s are 32. Therefore, again 2 1s are 2, 14s are, it is 140. Yes, right. Therefore, Z2 is increased by, if it is 100, I mean if it is 100, it is going to 140. Therefore, it is increased by how much? 40%. Therefore, Z is increased by 40%. Clear? Did you understand? This is a combination of direct proportion, inverse proportion, again the relationship between them. Okay, we have 3 parameters here if you observe. Yes or no? Clear? This is how we do compound proportions. Okay, shall we do few more problems? Did you understand what is compound proportion? Compound proportion can have 2 direct proportions or 2 inverse proportions, or it can also have few or more direct and inverse proportion compoundly. Clear? Shall we do few problems of that? Let us do. Look at the question here. He is telling that 10 men can lay a road of 75 km long, okay, in 5 days. How many parameters? Number of men, distance, that is the length of a road, and the next number of days. Remember, try to represent like this: number of men, next length of road, okay, and the next how much? Number of days. Okay, he is telling that 10 men, okay, road, length of road, and 5 days. Okay, now tell me what are directly proportional, inversely proportional here. Let us take this as M, let us take this as L, and let us take this as number of days. Okay, now see here, for 10 men 75 km length of road, which means if the number of people increase, obviously the length also increase, therefore both are directly proportional. Okay, next here, number of men, number of days, if the number of men increase, number of days will decrease, okay, which means it is inversely proportional. Okay, now check the next question. In how many days will 15 men lay a road of 45 km in how many days? Okay, now remember from here, if it is directly proportional, take into the denominator, if it is inversely proportional, just multiply. Now see here, let us write this as M1 L1 N1 M2 L2 N2. Okay, now M1 L1 are directly proportional, divided, and the next N1 inversely proportional, let us multiply this, then equate it to M2 N2 by L2. Clear? Once again let me tell you, M1 L1, that is for 10 75 is increasing, for 15 45. Clear? Now let us substitute everything. 10 into 5 by 75 is equal to 15 into N2 divided by 45. Clear? Now let us simplify this. 15 ones are 15 threes are. N2 is 5 ones are 5. How much is it? 15s are. Clear? 10 by 15 into 3. 3 ones are 3 5s are 5 ones are 5 2s are. How many days will it take? Tell me. Therefore, number of days required is equal to 2 days. Is it? Next see here. 24 men working 8 hours per day can do a piece of work in 15 days. How many parameters here? That is number of men, next number of hours, number of days. Let us take it as M, H, here D. Tell me, 24 men, 8 hours, 15 days. The next 20 men, 9 hours, how many days? Okay. Now let us write M1, H1, D1, M2, H2, D2. Clear? Now tell me, here M 24, here 8 and 15, all are inversely proportional. If number of hours decreases, days will increase. If number of hours increases, men should decrease. Okay. Therefore, M1 H1 D1 is equal to M2 H2 D2. Substitute everything. 24 into 8 into 15 is equal to 20 into 9 into D2. Therefore, D2 is equal to 24 into 8 into 15 by 20 into 9. Now check here, 3 3s are 3 5s are 5 1s are 5 4s are 4 1s are 4 6 are 3 1s are 3 2s are. Therefore, the number of days is 16. Is it clear? Therefore, number of days required is 16 days. Clear? Did you understand? Right? What did we do here? For 24 men, the number of hours is 8. For number of days here it is 15. Clear? Which means in how many days? Well, 9 hours, 20 men can do same work. Okay? If you observe, if number of men increases, the number of hours decreases, obvious number of days also decreases. Both are inversely proportional to this. Okay? If you observe here, if number of men increases, length of road also increases and the number of days decreases. Okay? If you want this to be constant, or if you want this to be constant, those both will be in directly proportional and these both will be in inversely proportional. Okay? Fix one parameter, vary other two. Okay? For example, if this is fixed, vary those two, inversely proportional. If this is fixed, vary those two, inversely proportional. Clear? You have to identify the relationship whether it is direct or inverse. Clear? This is a compound thing. Directly we can do like this. Even if it is 2 2 also you can directly write like that. Clear? Remember, directly bole to you will get in denominator, inverse bole to you will multiply it. Clear? Did you understand? Fine. By this problem we can end the chapter direct and inverse proportions. Okay. What did we learn in this chapter? We started with the basic theory about direct proportions, then we did few problems of that, then inverse proportion, right, and few problems on that, and finally we did compound proportion. Clear? It can have all direct proportion, or it can have all inverse proportion, or it can have direct and inverse proportion together. Clear? Is it not easy to solve? Fine. This is for today. Let us meet in the next session with the new chapter of 8th class. Thank you.